Hello, hello, just waiting for people to enter chat. Oh. And then I'm doing my test, my mic test. Wonder how many times I captured myself on my own stream. I'm not extremely professional, I'll just put it up on my PC or phone just to check, like, okay, yeah, for sure. The sound is coming through. I don't really know how other streamers do it. Everybody makes it look like, you know, flawless and easy when I know for a fact that it's probably not. It also helps, you know, if you're a YouTuber that has your own editor. I don't even really do my own editing. I thought about it, but my life is kind of busy for that. So, you know. I'm gonna do it amateur hour style or not at all. So we're gonna do it amateur style. Just gonna sit here. Okay. I'm just gonna prop up today. We're having the stream on the phone rather than the laptop because my phone was accessible. Now where's my... I have a little stand for this guy. I'm just gonna put it right here. Alright, I'm just gonna start. It's now 6 o'clock and I know it is a rough night. Let's see if Hachi might be in later. Maybe. Oh, let me untangle my earbuds. You know, why is it that no matter how, like, kept up you are with your... Like, I try to properly store my wired headphones because of breakage and stuff like that. And, I even have this one. It came with a nice little, like, wrap cord thing in it. But you can try your hardest and, your earbuds will always be wrapped in some sort of Looney Tunes, Dr. Seuss-esque little combobulation. And that's how we're going to start off this stream. Hello everyone, happy Tuesday. We last left off with the Boogles, and they're going to test us. Oh, first I need to not be a monk, because this is an inappropriate level. Can't do this at level 45. We're like 10 levels higher than that with Samurai. Oh yeah, Yorva got a brand new katana that looks identical to the katana she had before. So... we're gonna start with Moghan's trial. Hello, yes, I am Moghan, the foremost alchemist of Mogholm, if you must know. If your tummy's gloopy or your wings droopy, I have a potion to fix that. Or I would if I didn't just keep running out of ingredients. Luckily, you're here to do my trial. Yes. Go forth, mighty adventurer, and mightily pluck 3 sprigs of cloud's breath for me. You'll find it blooming near the entrance of Eli Tome, though it's not the safest of places, so don't let yourself be too distracted by the pretty flowers, Kupo. Oh wait, my sound is a bit I thought that was it. Yeah. Master volume was down. I think I was listening to music while grinding earlier. We're just gonna pick up all of these. Hmm? Hello, Hachi. Thank you. Probably will be just us for tonight as Kate is at work, but I gave her the link to listen to later, so... Actually, Kate, if you're watching this in the future, I wish you a very, don't let anybody talk back to you at work. Yes, you have the pleasure of speaking with Mogmung. I know. I am the fluffiest, most enchanting creature you've ever laid eyes upon, Kupo. You don't let customers talk back to you. This is my Moogle advice. We're gonna try to just make it work-friendly. It isn't easy being this adorable. Okay, that's what you say to customer. It isn't easy being this adorable. Oh, that's fine that you napped during the last one, because I'm pretty sure you can fill in all of the blanks of how we ended up here. But can you imagine, like, if you're just watching along to the series and you're just like, why is there just a bunch of Moogles now? We went from fighting Ravana to fluffy creatures in the sky. Anyways, Mogmug could barely take a stroll outside with those relentless Gervanians throwing themselves at him. Why, they look as though they might just gobble me right up. To be fair, a lot of things would gobble up these guys. In any case, fleeing the overbearing adulation is growing a bit tiresome. Your trial, madam, is this. Find these ardent archaeosaurs and slap some manners into them, Kupo. Yeah, exactly. Perhaps a firm smack on the snout will teach them to appreciate my charm from afar. Okay. How surprised is he gonna know that we just, like, straight up murder them? Like, we just stab them in the gut? Like, that's what we do? He's like, you kill Kupo? I'm like, I think we're gonna have to kill this guy, Mogmung. He's like, oh man. Mogwin's the name and art is my game. When it comes to painting, there are none in Mogholm who can match my talent with a brush, Kupo. I was Pictomancer several years, like 10 years before it was there. I know why you have come. Chieftain Moglin has demanded I test your trustworthiness. But as I trust no one to create art that will satisfy me, I instead challenge you with receiving a masterpiece I seem to have misplaced. It was an ambitious and innovative work, guaranteed to fetch at least 4 Kupo nuts on the market, open market. You must find it. Question the masses. Surely a pebble painted with such vibrant color and unmistakable panache cannot have escaped the notice of every Moogle in Mogholm. We were about to go fight the Nazgûl and suddenly there's no fighting. We're surrounded by Moogles and no one is acting like I missed anything. Hachi disassociated for like 5 episodes and was like, wait, what? Where are we? Mogwin is missing his masterpiece, Kupo. Oh, you mean that paint smeared mess of a pebble? You know he just dropped paint on it and called it a day. I've not seen it recently, a fact for which my eyes are profoundly grateful. It's periwinkle, I hate that color. No, I should make it lilac. Lilac is a color everybody should hate. It has no meaning. Estro Mogwin has misplaced his masterpiece, Kupo. That's a lot of M's. Oh, happy day! I fucking hate art. If I am the swifter in finding it, I will soon have a genuine Mogwin for the price of a little perspiration. Actually, I love my art. I just like to make people believe I hate it so I can have all of it. Honestly, who has 4 Koopo nuts just lying about to spend on such luxuries? That's called theft. That's just straight up theft. Mogto. I don't know much about his stone, but I do know Mogwin's been creeping out the back way to Sawmall Summit from time to time, Kupo. Maybe he left it up there. You know, thinking about, like, we were about to fight Ravana, now we're surrounded by Moogles. I was thinking... Oh, I'm gonna tell Mogwin, like, hey, your pebble fucking sucks and barely anybody likes it. Yeah, you usually need to air paint out to dry. The second part of your trial commences. Go, adventurer, and retrieve my masterpiece before some art-starved admirer swipes the stone for himself. I guess art theft is part of my job. I remember when I had finally reached, I'm going to call it the final area of Endwalker, for spoiler purposes. The final, I was at the final area of Endwalker. This was during, you know, the first few weeks of Endwalker, and there had been a cutscene skipper because I guess they just played the game for the raids and whatnot. And as I'm taking in the very masterpiece that is final area of Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker, I see in Shout Chat, man, I skipped every cutscene to be here. I have no clue what the fuck is going on. And I'm just sitting there, like, shell-shocked and flabbergasted as I'm experiencing Endwalker, you know, my own way, and here I am in the same area as somebody who had skipped every fucking cutscene of Endwalker, and they're like, does anybody know what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, dude, you gotta go back to the back of the line, like, nobody's gonna tell you. But, like, what a way to experience this. To go through all of Endwalker cutscene skipping, and then arriving in the final area and just being like, whoa, what the hell? I mean, honestly, I know a lot of people are like, why the hell are you playing this game in cutscene skipping? Which I also question. I'm like, you're paying so much money to get, like, you know, just the icing on top of a cake. But, I absolutely love cutscene skippers, though, specifically because I want to know their brains. I can just imagine, like, how much of a trip this game is if you have no fucking clue how you end up in the places that you do. Because sometimes... Actually, that reminds me of, like, how, like, a lot of people have been skipping, Dawn Trail, and then they just have no freaking clue why there's a chipmunk. I love that. Like, I absolutely... Out of context, that is, like, the best way to play this game. Like, be like, there's a chipmunk now! Evil chipmunk. Actually pretty serious villain. Good luck. Like... This is why I actually approve of cutscene skippers, because I want to know, I want to know the game through their eyes. Okay, I forgot. How do you get up there without flying? Like, this map is not very helpful. I know I had to have just done this with Larks, but as I recall, I think we just... In New Game Plus, you're allowed to fly. This just sends you back down. I no longer know how to play this game without flying. Like... Actually, you want to know who's a cutscene skipper? It's Estinian. Estinian is the representation of a person who didn't even play some of the games and cutscene skipped his way to the top. And is now standing in, you know, a very important area. Estinian's just here for, the raiding and boss fights. Okay, this is not how you get up there. I seriously can't remember. Do I have to go back inside Mogholm? Is there a ramp? I think that's what my brain is reminding me of. Cause yeah, even with New Game Plus, I'm not used to not having the ability to have flight. I think the last time I did this with a new character, it was probably Ogode, and Lily Mai was in here. I believe Lily Mai was almost to Stormblood by the time I canned him for a while. I think it's hard to see in this light, but I think on the other side? Okay. Well, I might as well turn in some of these while I'm here. Don't know why these couldn't have just all been in one, but, you know, you gotta click on 3 NPCs. Did you have any trouble fighting Cloud's Breath? I do need it quite urgently, you know. Here's your flower. Oh yes, these are perfect, Kupo. Now I have the main ingredient for my palm tonic. Speaking of which, how are you feeling, miss? Should you ever feel your palm losing its bounce, then I'm your Moogle, Kupo. And Yorva's just like, oh my gosh, like, is my palm losing its bounce? I don't know what it... I got Monk. Eventually I'll be here, maybe. You were able to humble my Dravanian devotees. I don't know if Mogmug really thinks that these guys are like his fans, or if he's just being like sensitive with us. Wonderful! You are as capable as I am captivating, Kupo. Still, my precious perfection does not excuse those louts from pursuing me so mercilessly, their tongues lolling and bellies rumbling. Okay, he's gotta know that these guys just want to eat him, right? The Dravanians, their ilk, have much to learn about acceptable acts of admiration. And Yorva's over here like, I totally killed those guys. Like I totally stabbed them until they bled out and died. Like, I think to be a Moogle you'd be a bit delusional, but... Oh, hey. Okay. I was meant to be up here. They're like, just give them a good boop on the snoot, and it's like... I disemboweled that dragon. I just straight up... It won't be bothering you anymore. Like... It definitely won't have the ability to eat you after I'm done decapitating its head. Like... Oh my gosh. How does this work? How am I supposed to get up there? Am I supposed to jump on this rock? Okay, there we go. My god. For a map that they wanted to make sure that you explored on foot, they certainly made this map terrible to explore on foot. It's almost like they only imagined you to have flight. It got better in other expansions, but they were like, oh, in this expansion, we're going to introduce a cool new thing called flight. And it's like, okay. And they're like, oh, by the way, every map, you're going to have to, like, finish to its completion. Plus doing some side quests. Plus running around. Actually, I would have been fine if they locked it behind side quests, you know? What I didn't like was having us do, like, some sort of treasure map every freaking time. Like, I've grown to accept it, but it's still, like, it's such a pain. Again, I don't crab at it in other expansions because their maps are nicer to you. But Heavensward was like, here's flight, also you can't fly, also the maps are designed for you to fly, and it's hard to navigate on foot. Do you have a Kupo? Is my pebble masterpiece safe? It's like, what is this actually a depiction of? It looks like some ore. An ordinary rock awash with extraordinary color. Then why is it just white? What that color represents, however, you cannot discern from any angle. It's just a fucking rock. Yes, this is my work. Is it not exquisite? I call it Contemplations of Zenith. Thank you, madam. At least I could exchange my art for those delectable Kupo nuts. Chief Moglin will hear of this various it's a various deed, though. I like that the game is like, okay, you've done all three of them now, you're good. It's like I needed the reminder. Okay, Moglin. He's too far away. Alright, I gotta go closer. Chieftain Moglin is ready to pass judgment on your trial performance. Okay. Yorva, if that's what you insist on calling yourself, why yes, it's my name. You have completed the trials of trustworthiness administered by the taskmasters Mogin, Mogmug, and Mogwin. During these grueling tests of character, I closely observed your conduct as well as that of your companions. That stinky one over there is quite stinky. And I am decided, Kupo. Gather your friends before me now, so that I need not repeat myself needlessly. Okay, oh god, that's a lot of people to talk to. Alfino, get over here. Are these trials over then? My tasks have been a little more than household chores. If our hosts elect not to grant their aid after working us like pack chocobos, I shall demand compensation in Kupo nuts out of principle, but I hope it will not come to that. Let us hear the chieftain's verdict, shall we? Can you imagine if Alfino actually got the Kupo nuts? It's like, what the fuck are we supposed to do with those? I guess we could have a nice snack. How go your trials, Warrior of Light? I myself have been sent on a number of expeditions to chastise the local dragon population. Did not their chieftain wish to avoid inflaming the Dravanians? Estinian's like, I also booped them on the snoot, and by that I mean I stabbed them very many times. Such contradictions aside, our host seems entranced by the height of my leap. They compared me to Mog, a lance-wielding Moogle warrior of Eld, who also favors such attacks. Yeah, there's a Dragoon Moogle out there. Stinian, how do you feel? 'Twas meant as a compliment, I expect, but I doubt these furry lumps could outleap a caracal lamb, much less a dragon, or much less a Dragoon. Conclude your business here swiftly, Yorva. I like not this place. You don't like fun. Standing here in Mogholm, my thoughts turn inevitably to the legend of Good King Mog the 12th. Remember that quest line? That was a whole quest line. And his seat in the heavens. Like most, I thought it no more than a myth, a story for younglings that grew with the telling. But with every passing moment, I become more certain that we have discovered the origin of that tale. Full eager am I to hear what the chieftain has to say. Bye. What sorcery is this, that my heart should stir at mere fluffiness? Izael is gone. We've lost her to Moogle craze. Yorva! I was... No matter. What is it? Chieftain Moglin has made his decision. Well, let us not keep him waiting then. Gotta get her a plush of one of these guys, you know. We've become such friends, Kupo. My Moogle cousins love to sing and dance as much as I do. I think that's all you guys are capable of fucking doing, Kupo Cop. Chieftain Moglin has finally come to a decision, has he? Well, I suppose I'd better flutter over and see him then. And it's just like, I hope you've had time to level up, Kupo. And it's like, I am several levels above the quest. That was why they gave you 3 quests. They were like, you need some experience points? Never have I seen such determined workers, Kupo. You leveled up, didn't you? It would have taken us moons to complete all those dreary chores and niggling errands. And have our labors proven the purity of our intentions, Chieftain? Without a doubt. In fact, there was never really all that much doubt to begin with. You were, after all, already friends with a fellow Moogle. We just are fucking lazy assholes, that's all. But you see, before any meeting with Hraesvelgr could take place, certain preparations needed to be made. And what better way to help you pass the time than by having you perform all these tiresome tasks that no one ever wants to do, Kupo? This is my favorite line by Estinian, by the way. It's just grr, grr. I like to imagine it's like a dragon guttural, like, I can't even do it. It's like, more like barfing. Estinian's like, I don't do chores. I don't even do my own chores. Aymeric does that. Oh dear! The horn! Bring out the horn quickly now, before that guy turns into a dragon. Estinian hating Moogles never stops being hilarious. I mean, he's the straight man in all of this, so he usually has to be. We blow on this wondrous instrument. Okay, first of all, I can't remember. I think in Zuyaya's hands, this was a lot bigger. So now looking at it, I'm like, what is this? A horn made for ants? We blow on this wondrous instrument whenever we wish to speak with the great worm, Kupo. Not Nidhogg. That guy he's kind of angry. We haven't perhaps been treating it with the care it deserves of late, and I think Mogin may have sat on it. So we needed some time for cleaning and polishing and straightening. You mean to tell me a Moogle's ass has been on this horn and you want me to blow into it? No lasting harm done, though. Now, you need simply head to Zenith, the worm's dwelling to the west, and give the horn a good toot. We are in your debt, Chieftain. Thanks to your noble gift, we shall finally have a chance to plead our case to Hraesvelgr, and I can finally ask him out on a date. Very possibly, yes, but I wouldn't get my hopes up too high, Kupo. I hear he's very much taken. The old worm isn't terribly fond of, Your concern is appreciated, but I am quite certain that Hraesvalgr will welcome our overtures. She's like, I'm too hot to reject. Look at me, I'm a 10. He's like, okay, alright. Should we... Sorry, I gotta do an Estini voice. Should we ever arrive at his lair? Or, like, he's like, if we ever get there. Come. We have squandered enough time already. Yzael's like, how dare you don't like Moogles? She's just like, I'm so mad. He doesn't even like them. Chieftain Boglin, we thank you for your gracious hospitality. Though we must soon take our leave, I pray that we may continue to nurture the shoots of this new-sprung friendship twixt earth and sky. Oh yeah, you missed how Kane Senna had to like do what is it? HR resources with the Moogles. She was just like, well, have you guys actually tried to like greet them and properly like introduce yourselves into their home instead of just marching straight in? And Warrior of Light, Estinian, and Alfino are like, we just marched into their home and started shouting for them. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna go do this properly, you know. Well, of course, Kupo. Visit whenever you wish. Consider Mogholm your home amongst the clouds. So she's like done a lot of reputation like fixing around here. I like that Kane Senna's like, we would love to keep in contact, and then they never fucking speak ever again. Thanks for the help, Kupo. I doubt I could have ever found time to do all those rotten chores. Hey, it wasn't my idea. If the chieftain had spent a little less time sitting about and a little bit more chieftaining, things would have never gotten so messy in the first place. And he was the one who sat on the horn, by the way. Oh my god, the fucking Moogle tea over here. But now all the errands are done and the horn is fixed, so all's well that ends well, huh, Kupo? Yorva's like, if you don't shut up, I'm joining Estinian and like doing some sword practice on you guys. Well, I expect you to be eager to be on your way. I heard you about that sword practice. Did I mention your friend was looking for you, Kupo? If not, Alfino is looking for you. Nobody else, just Alfino. I'll be waiting just outside, stretching my wings. Just let me know when you're ready to depart. Okay. Goodbye. Oh, I also pointed out, Keeper of the Entwined Serpents, this guy. He had such a shocked expression in the quest. I don't know, the quest title card. They had the Elder Seedseer scrubbing and sweeping. The Elder Seedseer! And I bet she had the most fun of her fucking life. I was also poking fun at that guy because I'm like, he has a whole ass short story on the Lodestone website and he still has no name. He was never even named in that, I think. He was just some guy. Through our labors, new friendship has blossomed. For this we must give thanks. I cannot wait to tell my kinsmoogles in the Twelveswood all about this place. They'll be besides themselves with envy, Kupo. It will not be long now, Hraesvalgr. Yzael! You need to take, like, several seats. Please. I love Yzael to death. I think Yzael did nothing wrong. But, like, there's just... Oh, it's so cringe how much she's just like, oh my god, Hraesvalgr, he'll totally take me as his wife from here on out. I'm so happy. It's like, god damn, Yzael. To the best of my knowledge, we have all that we need for our trip to Zenith. Which is to say, one sat on horn. And I believe the Eld Seedseer and her retinue will soon be making the journey back to Gridania. It would be remiss of us, I think, not to convey our gratitude to them prior to separating our ways, shall we? Oh my god, this is like Midwestern goodbye. Alfino, Yorva, I do humbly thank you for what has been a most enlightening experience. Were it not for your pioneering spirit, the existence of these Muggles might not have ever been revealed to us. 'Tis we who should be thankful, Elder Seedseer. Were it not for your timely diplomacy and HR movements, they would have never have chosen to reveal themselves at all. We never thought to simply announce ourselves and say, hello, we are here in your home. And 'twas your presence, Kuplokop, that ultimately won their trust. Now that was important. That was a really important part. It must have taken great courage to leave the sanctuary of the Twelveswood, and we are exceedingly glad that you did. It was my pleasure, Kupo. I've made so many new friends and had so many fantastic tales to tell my kinsmoogles back home. It is to our home that we now return. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal, my friends. That is my catchphrase, and I'm keeping to it. I think I've said it 3 times now in the entire game. Safe journey, Elder Seedseer. We too must be on our way. Hraesvelgr awaits. He's like, with this ass horn. I like to believe that Warrior of Light, like, gave it to Alfino. Like, you get to hold on to this. Warrior of Light. Pray attend closely to your companion, Sir Estinian. He's very angry all the time. Beneath that stoic facade, a storm of anguish sees unseen. Have you ever played an Otome game where you have to make friends with a romance path option, and he will not reveal his tragic backstory until you have won enough friendship points with him? Yorva's like, no, but I'm gonna nod anyways. Like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, maybe I still had a coughing fit. I heard he once went rampant in Coerthas Central Highlands and tried to kill his own adopted father because Nidhogg was influencing his mind. Surely that would not happen again, Warrior Flights. He was susceptible to Nidhogg's influence once, and I'm sure he has gotten over it. Have you said your goodbyes and dabbed away your tears, Kupo? I think I'm dabbing away my tears from all the laughter I've been having. Then we are indeed ready to go! Oh my gosh. I like... Steady is just... It's like a sitting, there's nothing to stare at, it's very foggy out. He just wants to go... Kane's like, I am disturbed by the fact that he does not like Muggles. Everybody loves Muggles. As Chieftain Moglin has already explained, the shiny ass instrument we gave you is the best means of grabbing Hraesvelgr's attention. He loves tooting, Kupo. I'll come along and show you the way to Zenith. That's the big palace where you need to blow the horn. First things first, though, we need to make for Asa. Not Asahi, but just Asa. Oh, and watch out for the rampaging dragons. Maybe that should have been the first thing, Kupo. Yorva's like, well... think we're gonna have to kill this guy, Morgan. That's just all it is. We have no time for fates. Even though that is what I was doing earlier. It was just a bunch of fates. And we're almost at the level where we'd be doing, like, the vault. Haven't even made it to the Nidhogg's lair. Typically, I'd have another class to level up behind this one. But this is the only class I have that's around this level. The other ones were like 52. Might do something about that, but it's hard to like solo one class and then have it be at like level 60 before you even reach the level 60 dungeon. But you know, say lovey. I just don't like missed XP. What is that compulsion? I have it hard in video games where it's like, you know, you could earn XP in something, but like if you've capped, you know. Not that I can't cap until like level 100 now, but I wonder if you like did all over Realm Reborn up until like Dawn Trail with only one class, like when would you reach level 100? Would you reach it like in Endwalker? What am I looking for? Pink. See, Samurai should be so easy, but every time I look at my little stamps here and I'm like, oh god, what is it, the one I need? I need the pink one, and I'm like, what's the one that leads me to pink? Tried to put them all close to each other as I could, but I always find it weird that Ice move, what's it? Yukikaze? Yukikaze is just on its own. Like, there's no combo needed. You just... I guess you do Hakaze, and then that's it. But the other ones always need, like, Hakaze, Jinpu, and then Gekko, like... Why do some need a 3-part combo and some don't? Or I should say, mostly just one doesn't. Samurai explain. Okay, I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I need that ether current before... They're like, where are you going? She's like, ether current! Ether current! Yeah, at some point off screen, I'm going to, like, collect all of these so I can have the ability to fly later on. But holy crap, is it kind of a chore? Like, what would I even... I guess I would just have talking time on stream as I go look for them. Just talk about crap. I wonder what has the dragons so awfully snappy. I mean, the bad ones are always bad, but they seem worse than usual. Yeah, this is better. Yeah, that's a 133. I'm about to look stupid, I bet. Is this one of the... I think I remember that top. I could look stupider. I could, but I don't, you know. I wonder if I can... What's a good color? I should do like a blue. I love that we can just dye everything whatever as long as we have a standard spectrum dye. My favorite quality of life thing. Well, that just blends in with her skin tone. I like Sea Fog. Yeah, Sea Fog, let's go with that. Looks a little bit better. We may have a small problem, Kupo. I'm choking on my drink. Moghan's like, oh my gosh. Anyways, when the winds are high like this, Hraesvelgr invariably abandons his lofty perch and heads to the lands below to hunt. It's nice that the weather does look like shit right now. If you tried blowing the horn now, I doubt he'd hear it. I suggest we stop at the clearing up ahead and rest until the wind dies down. Stydian has to be the last one to leave. I hope user Vodka Time is having a great time playing the game right now. I love people's names. I think that guy's gonna see me. Try to avoid them all I want. He wants my hot prince body. Can I fit through these? Okay. Ah, my favorite cutscene in Heavensward. Also the saddest cutscene when you think about it. This should do nicely, Kupo. The winds will have likely died down by tomorrow, but until then we might as well make ourselves comfortable. If we must interrupt our journey so close to its end, I suppose this place is as good as any. And mayhap a brief respite from the hardship of the road will help to clear our minds in readiness for the coming parley. Very well then, I believe a campfire is in order. Leave the gathering of fuel to me. I acquired a keen nose for firewood during my time in the frozen wastes of Corthus. Stydian's like, you mean me? Clear our minds. 'Tis Master Alfino whose mind needs clearing. He's like, I don't need help, he needs help. The thought of meeting a great worm in the flesh has befuddled the boy. Are you sure? I think he's just really eager to get some firewood, Stydian. Did you see him stroll away as if these ruins were not crawling with deadly beasts? I mean, yeah, there was a guy just beating up somebody over there. Follow him, Yorva, and see that the wildlife does not make a meal of our young friend. We will have the camp ready by the time you return. Oh, there's vodka time. My favorite. It's vodka. I guess if I had to name my warrior of light there, I'd have to choose like whiskey time or something like that. I don't know, cider time, like, it doesn't have a ring to it. I've been practicing Samurai a little bit on my main account with Ziyaya. Cause I still have to stare like so intensely at my hotbar in order to register what the heck is happening. I don't know, like in less than a year, all of that's just gonna go away, so we'll have a new system. I mean, not that you can't go back and play it this way if you want to. It's just, you know. I'm very glad that they're allowing people to continue to play in this system as we grew to know it. But it just doesn't seem like this is going forward what they're going to do with the battle system, so I'm just going to accept that the new battle system is the intended way to play the classes going forward. Because I know they said the new classes that will be like introduced in Evercold will not have the old system implemented, which why would they? And will only be using the new battle system. But I gotta think that all classes going forward are going to be utilizing the new system. See, I was right to worry about the boys' safety. I mean, like, literally right in front of us, you can see an enemy right there. Once Alfino returns with the wood, we can see about supper. How about that amphitheater over there? The Ice Queen has filled a pot with what looks like stew ingredients, ready for the fire. Where did we get all this shit? Guess she just had it in her pack. Oh shoot. I took a bite of cobbler. Alfino is eating cobbler while you're doing this. Ah, few things compared to the simple pleasure of sitting beside a crackling campfire of one's own making. Ha! So speaks the great explorer. Until recently, you wouldn't have recognized firewood if it came with kindling and a flint. He's like, yeah, I never took any survival classes. 'Tis well you instructed me so patiently then. But yes, left to my own devices, I would have been compelled to signal to Yzael with a pile of damp leaves. I went to college. I don't know how to start a fire, though. I was born the pampered son of a Charlean dignitary and, alongside my twin, became the youngest student ever to be accepted into the studium. How proud I was to match wits with scholars and philosophers. How ignorant of mine own shortcomings. That hubris invited manipulation and betrayal, and led to the downfall of the Scions. We, all of us, are guilty of similar ignorance. How many men lay down their lives, never knowing what it is that they fight for, never questioning that which they have been taught to believe. She's like, Ishgard is like even stupider than that, so don't worry. 'Twas only upon meeting Hraesvalgr that I learned the truth hidden within our history. Were it not that chance encounter, I would never have vowed to tear down the Holy See and kill innocents, but I just wanted to kill only the bad people, so I didn't mean it. And expunge the falsehood with which it fans the flames of conflict. I wished to end conflict by introducing my own conflict. I would have lived and died in ignorance, that the truth has driven me to do terrible things I cannot deny. She's like fully aware. Look, she's right. She's 100% right. She still killed people. But I would rather sin in the pursuit of peace than imagine myself virtuous for perpetuating a needless war. If this journey has taught me anything, it is the importance and difficulty of holding to one's convictions in the face of failure. What a sentence! I hate it. I'm in that photo. Of striving always to replace one's ignorance with knowledge. Excuse me, Stinny, I have to put down my cobbler. He's like, are you gonna eat all that cobbler? You are well on your way, Master Alfino. At your age, I was but a fool swinging a spear, with scarcely a thought in my head. That is untrue. We all know you had one thought in your head, and it was kill Nidhogg. Even now, I struggle to acknowledge the misconceptions under which I have labored. Sitting here, amongst these grand ruins, how can I deny that man and dragon once lived in peace? Estinian's like, alright, yeah, I get it, like... You kinda got it right. But for all that such an age existed, we are now in a time of war. Nidhogg killed my family, and no quirk of history will exonerate him. He's like, I still got a dead family, so, you know. I may be ignorant of how the Dragon Song War began, but I know how it will end. But if we do not put an end to this conflict now, I can say for certainty that it will only breed more vengeful souls such as mine. And yet I still don't want to give up vengeance. Like, I get that it's probably wrong, but I'm not gonna give it up. In my hands resides the power to vanquish a great worm. If Ishgard's survival rests on me wielding that power, I will slay Nidhogg myself, orders or no. Okay, I want to know, Estinian, did you... When did you ever start taking orders? I'm sure... Estinian, you gave your word. My word is contingent upon the success of our parley. Show me the strength of your convictions, Lady Iceheart. Convince Hraesvelgr of the righteousness of your cause. Doubt not, but that I shall, Dragoon. She's like, he's going to love me. Well, wind's willing, we shall have our answers on the morrow. Let us sleep now, and face our fates with the rising of the sun. And this was probably the last night any of these fuckers knew peace. That's it. That is the calm before the storm. That seems good. Let's look at this one. Now it's daytime. Oh, now I'm hiccuping from eating cobbler. Oh no. Moghan, help me. Yorva's like, I ate too much cobbler. That's the one, Raymine trousers. The campfire was so cozy, I must have fallen asleep, Kupo. You were 100% asleep, Moghan. But do you feel how the winds have shifted? It's almost as if there's about to be a plot change. They will have borne Hraesvelgr back to the skies above Zenith. I'm sure of it. I'm really glad that the weather is clear now. Was that just coincidence or something, or does the plotline really change the weather? Either way. This is your chance to climb to the highest floor of the palace and summon him with a toot. I just want to summon him with a toot. So, I'll be heading back now, if it's all the same to you. Good luck, Kupo. It was nice knowing you. He's like, oh, those poor fuckers. They're gonna get eaten immediately. I don't want to be around to witness that, Kupo. Yeah, when Estinian said, oh, how can I deny that, you know, it's like, this looks like the Gates of Judgment, like, right here. It's all Ishgardian architecture. Going to meet Hraesvalgr on the back of my fat chocobo. I'm sure he'll be very impressed. He's like, that is the fattest of chocobos. I'll be like, yeah, glad to. Was I supposed to enter up through there? Like, how are we supposed to get up there? I need directions. Up here. Hraesvalgr's like, I see you have brought me a snack. It's like, no, this is my chocobo. He's like, you have fattened it up well. It's like, were you down hunting? Aren't you full? Okay, before I talk to you guys though, I want that ether. Like, okay, I can't. Gotta ignore important shit just for this crap. Okay. Doot. Okay, that definitely changed the weather. Mortals, why do you disturb my solitude? Like, we can't translate this into English. We gotta go sniff, snailane. My name is Kyle.
Hraesvalgr.
Thou speakest the name of a creature that but awaiteth the release of oblivion. Leave me. It's so fucking goth of him. He's like, I am only awaiting oblivion.
12. Mine ears hear the tongue of dragons, yet the meaning rings clear within my mind. How can that be?
We don't want to take the time of translation errors, okay? We just need to move the plot along.
Do you not remember me? 'Twas I whom you found in Dravania. I who glimpsed the truth. The truth about your past. About Shiva.
Do not speak her name, mortal! He's in his emo phase.
I have summoned Shiva's soul from the beyond and offered myself as her vessel. She has made her heart known to me.
Foolish girl, thinkest thou my beloved spirit hath descended from the heavens? Do you not remember I ate her? That the secrets of her heart are thine to know? She's like, yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
I have surrendered mine to her. Do you not see, my love? I am Shiva reborn.
Gullible fool. The light but illuminated the past for thee. It did not grant thee omniscience. He's like, bitch, you ain't my wife. The spirit thou hast summoned belongeth not to Shiva. 'Tis but a shade conjured by thine own fancy. Do you not know what a primal is? In an age long past, mine own kin were guilty of like folly. Beguiled by the Dark One's lies, they attempted to resurrect a king among worms. Yet the divinity they called forth merely borrowed the semblance of my fallen brood brother. Do you know how Realm Reborn began? Such gods are not summoned, but created. Phantoms spun from the threads of misplaced faith. You know,
the
Bahamut,
spirit that answered me.
it was your imagination. Was but thy dream, O Shiva. Thy soul hath been corrupted by a deity of thine own making, child. She's like, no, all of my fan fiction. All of this fan fiction I wrote.
Be that as it may, Lord Hraesvelga, Izel's desire to heal the rift between man and dragon is real, and it has borne us this far.
Alfino with the HR.
And yours, the ravages of this senseless war. Pray join your voice to ours in a call for peace and forgiveness.
The tale of thy kind is one of avarice, treachery, and death. And thou wouldst speak to me of peace? Hark thee, mortals, to the naked truth. Then tell me thou deservest forgiveness. "1,200 years ago, my beloved Shiva's sacrifice served to bring an end to the war twixt man and dragon, paving the way for an age of peace and cooperation. 2 centuries of harmony were to follow, during which time the Elezen learned much about us, not least that the eyes of a great worm are the wellspring of his strength. 'Twas out of the selfish desire to possess this strength that King Thordan then conspired to undo all that our peoples had achieved together. With the aid of his leal knights, that most noble of Elezen lured my brood sister Ratatoskr into ambush, and took from her that which he craved. Fain would I strike the image from my mind, yet still the scene doth linger, of my brood sister's tattered corpse, defiled by her Elezen allies. They had torn out her eyes, and feasted upon them, in a manner of wild beasts. Yet that was not all, for from their bloody banquet, the fiends had gained strength beyond that of mortal men. Even now, I labor to comprehend the enormity of their betrayal. Nidhogg was the first to learn of the atrocity, and he took to the skies, hungry for vengeance. But though he slew Thordan and some few of his knights, their fellow butchers knew only too well where to aim their spears, and with now practiced savagery, they set about my brood brother, sending him falling from the skies. Such is the truth the Holy See would keep hidden, such was the beginning of the Dragon Song War. 'Tis a song my kind shall never forget. And should 10,000 years pass and Ishgard crumble to dust. It's hard to keep up with you, bro.
Your tale bears scant resemblance to the one I was taught. How convenient that it should absolve your kind of all responsibility. But tell me, dragon, why should I believe your version of events?
He's like, I don't care if you do. What thou choosest to believe is immaterial. The betrayal that yet haunts mine every waking moment is no less than the truth to my kind. And Nidhogg meaneth for Thornton's people to suffer for this sin till the end of days. That which thou imaginest a war of extinction is but a punishment, a siege of the spirit. Hast thou not seen those who tire of the torment, those who abandon their own and side with dragonkind? He's like, why do you guys join us?
Ishgard's so-called heretics.
Know that all the traitor's progeny bear a trace of Radataskar's essence, but a single sip of our blood is enough to awaken it. Yeah, that's the truth there. That's your proof in the pudding.
Then, the seed lies within us.
If you can turn into a dragon, you're guilty. 'Tis for this reason that those who abandon their loyalties are rewarded with a drink, and thus they are transformed, to join the ranks of Nidhogg's ever-growing army as newborn dragons. One by one, through death or defection, my brood brothers shall account for all of the betrayer's children.
Ye gods, I have borne witness to such a transformation. Looked on as a heretic assumed the shape of a dragon. I imagined it some manner of Dravanian enchantment.
It's like, nope. Only Ishgardians can do that thing.
But if any Ishgardian, regardless of allegiance, has such potential within them, 12 forgive us. To think of all the dragons we've slain.
Yeah, how do you feel now, Estenian? Estenian's like, oh, I made a mistake. There will always be some, of course, who choose to fight until the bitter end, like thee, Dragoon. But struggle as thou might, thy youthful vigor will be spent ere thou reachest 210, and Nidhogg shall remain to torment thine offspring. He's like, you'll die angry.
Oft have I wondered why Nidhogg did not simply raze Ishgard to the ground.
He's playing with it like a cat.
Now I have my answer. He has no intention of winning the Dragonsong War, for it is no war at all, but vengeance, an eternal requiem sung for his murdered sister.
Thou hast the right of it, Dragon Slayer. Comprehendest thou now the futility of thy quest? Just give it up. It's
I have
over.
not come this far only to admit defeat. We can still return the eye to Nidhogg and beg forgiveness for our ancestors' crimes. Mayhap our words will sway him.
Stubborn child. Thou thinkest in mortal terms. Our perception of time is too broad for thee to grasp. He's like, you could try, but 'tis a simple matter for thee to offer thine apology. Thou didst not perpetuate the crime. Despite thy visions, thy deeds of history seem distant to thee. For a worm such as Nidhogg, however, that history is yet part of his present, as fresh as the blood that did gush from Radataskar's wounds. How could he not be driven mad? 'Tis only by the calming embrace of Shiva's soul that mine own fury hath not consumed me. By the laws of my wife! But let us speak no more of what is done. My faith in your kind is spent, and I would be alone. He's like, I'm fucking done with you. This is me being nice. Well, that went well. Yzael's like, oh no, all 5 terabytes of my fanfiction. What false god is this Shiva? What manner of phantom have I welcomed into my heart? Yeah, you know. As predicted, Iceheart's faith in the worm was misplaced, which leaves us with but one recourse. You know I have the right of it, Warrior Light. I don't think you do, but honestly, we just don't have any other choice. Hraesvelgr was every bit as awe-inspiring as I imagined. His voice fairly dripped with power, and we still needed somebody to talk over him for translation. The will behind his words is so undeniable that it transcended my ignorance of the dragon's tongue, but 'tis a pity that I misliked what he said. This is the part where Nikki would find inspiration for a miracle outfit piece. You're right. Alfino's like, if only I could find inspiration for a miracle outfit piece. But alas. So far did we travel, even unto the very heavens themselves, only to be dismissed like unruly children. Alvino, that is because that is what we are. And far from mitigating this humiliation, the hidden truths we have learned served only to prove that our grand mission of peace was destined to fail from the first. Nothing will deter Nidhogg from his course. Do you want these pants? I found them on the ground. He's like really sad, and Yorva's like, I'll take these pants, Alfino. It's okay. Look, I'll even wear them. I'll wear the pants. Oh God, I look stupid. Whatever, you know. Here, take these pants. Alright.
Well, what do you propose we do now? I, for one, am intent on continuing to the east.
What is there to be found in the east?
You know that evil
Nidhogg's
lair?
the Eyrie.
He's like, it's very obvious.
And the eye tells me he is near.
We don't even need the eye to tell us. You just need to
Cannot
look.
still mean to slay him.
You cannot still mean to stop me. I have been true to my word and aided you in this fool's errand with Hraesvelgr. But your efforts at parley have come to naught, Lady Iceheart. I would see Ishgard saved, and for that, Nidhogg must die.
With the tale of our ancestors' vile betrayal yet ringing in your ears, you speak of continuing this war?
Nay, lady. I would but pierce its vengeful heart. When Nidhogg dies, this war shall die with him.
Are you sure?
A moment, Estinian. You yourself spoke of the Great Worm's strength, that you believed him powerful enough to raise your city to the ground. How then are we few to challenge him? Even behind the stout walls of Ishgard, with an army of knights manning the defenses, our victory would be hard won. Yet you propose to contend with the beast in his own lair.
Stain's like sexy, isn't it?
In close combat, this will afford us an advantage. And if the tales are true, the Warrior of Light has bested many an invincible foe.
I'm not Azure Dragoon in this
But
one,
such
so he's like, I
speculation
can't
is
mention they're a
meaningless if we
Dragoon.
cannot even find the worm. Our first task must be to seek out Nidhogg's lair.
The story of this nation grows bloodier by the moment. Must death always be answered with more of the same?
Such is the way of things, I fear. I shall consider it a miracle if mine armor is not stained crimson ere this conflict is ended.
You promise? Yorva's like, I guess I too am gonna be covered in blood. That's usually my state of being.
Blinded by my own lies. Everything I believed. Everything I thought I was. Gone. All gone.
Leave her. Your words will not reach her now. And we have not the time to wait for her to gather up the pieces of her shattered faith.
That is like the most brutal heartbreak in this game. How Yzael really wanted to be with Reiswalger like that, and Reiswalger's like, bitch, not my wife. I mean, that's really... That moment, like, it really hits hard because you're like, hey, Reiswalger, I'm cosplaying as your wife, and he's like, I'm sorry, what the fuck? And then Yzael genuinely was like, I am Shiva Reborn though, aren't I? And he's like, no, you aren't. Like, she's gotta feel like shit. Like, cause I do think she realized, she's like, I walked up to a dragon and tried to claim to be his wife and I wasn't. Like, that was a really dick move, but oh my god, Yzael. That meme of like the worst he can say is no, and it's like this is the worst. Let's see. Can I glamour plate here? Do I have my? I'm gonna. It's just yeah. There we go. Back to some samurai gear. That gear was kind of ugly. Let's be honest. I can dye that blue all I want. Yeah, I love, you know, the most peaceful moment you'll ever share in this game, which is them, you know, doing the fireplace scene. Immediately followed by the most brutal verbal thrashing you have ever seen in this game. Like, Yzael didn't deserve that. She kinda did, though, but she didn't deserve that. I think she was right. I just wish her fanfiction could have come true, but she made a lot of assumptions, and that was really not a good move. Gotta follow this road. I love passing by that fate where it's just a little dragonling and a Moogle, and as I was passing by, I just heard the squeaky hammer sound of a Moogle punching like a baby dragon in the face. And here's where all of the side quests popped up. If I had time to do any of them. Like, I might go through some of the quests on alt classes. I don't think I'd record them. This game becomes 10 years long if you include all of the side quests. And you don't even need them nowadays because you just level up so fast. Heck, even back in the day, you didn't need them for your main quest, except maybe a couple. Couple of them. I still hate that Astidia is just like, well, guess we just gotta kill him, and it's like, I guess that is the only move we have left. But Jesus Christ, dude. He's like, yeah, and then the war will end, and it's like, do you promise? Like... Surely the dragons won't retaliate when I kill another one of them. Surely if it happens twice. I want Yorha to... Or not Yorva, Yorva. I was thinking of the, near raid. Yorva. To break the fourth wall. I want her to break the fourth wall and be like, well, Estinian, considering we're only halfway through to level 60, I doubt this is actually gonna stop the war. We still got half an expansion left. There comes a time where, like, you, the player, because this happens in another game, which I won't mention due to spoiler things, but, where you reach a particular boss fight and you're just looking at your level like, we're only halfway through the expansion. I thought this would be the final boss. And you're just sitting here like, surely it doesn't end here, so... Wasn't there... There was an ether current around here. Oh, I think it's on that corner over there. Anyways, I'll get in a minute. Gotta fight through things. Alright, yeah, we're making really good time, so we're gonna probably do the Airy. And I might end it a little bit short, because I think right after the Airy would be good.
Is that it?
What do you think it is, Alfino? Like, we've been looking at it this entire time. No, I bet he doesn't live there.
Aye, that would be the Airy. I feel Nidhogg's presence through the eye. His caustic hatred gnawing at my soul.
Are you sure that's his?
'Twould seem
Or is
the
it
death
yours?
of his consort has put him on guard. Mark how he wards his lair with tempestuous winds.
You mean that purple
A
stuff?
similar barrier once barred our entrance to the Primal Garuda's domain, until we discovered the means by which it could be penetrated.
No, don't smile at that.
Mayhap it is time we called upon Master Garland. 'Twill be just like the good old days, no?
Oh yeah, I forgot. We have to go back and be like, Sid! Sid, we can't get in there. And he's like, you're not going into the death area, are you? We're going into the death area. Okay. Sid's like, hold on. Just grabs a bottle of vodka and just kicks it back. And he's like, let's go. A force of sufficient power to break through Primal's defenses might conceivably grant us access to the Airy. You want to doubt that something that could get past Garuda's barrier wouldn't get past, Nidhogg's? And I can offer no better solution other than to just jump at it, so pray consult this engineer friend of yours. Very well, on the condition that you swear not to lure Nidhogg from his lair in our absence. And steal all the glory for myself, you mean? Nay, I am not so selfish as that. Contact me by link Pearl when your... He's so confident. When your preparations are complete, and we shall set forth from Ishgard together. I suggest we rendezvous back at St. Rene's Forum, Yorva. From what I gleaned of the Holy Sea's decidedly ambitious airship project, Sid will still be in Ishgard. I don't know, what if he's like on a coffee break? What if he went to like Limsa to go eat at the Bismarck or something? Oh, maybe there isn't one? I know there's an ether current somewhere. I remember. I have memory of this. Wait, do I have a little thingy? They gave that to me, right? Where is that found? Is that in the, Where do you find the compass? Is it under travel? I can't remember where to find the compass. Key items? I'll have to find that out later. I swear there was an ether current like somewhere. Oh, it's in collections? There it is. That should tell me if something's nearby. Okay, so it's still a bit away. Maybe I mistook a wind sprite. The wind sprites look green like that. Okay. I think I can just hit return. Well, it's good that I put that on my hotbar now before I forget about it again and be like, where the hell was it? It feels like an aeon since we were here. You like start that quest with Estinian and Yzael and it's like 5 years later and then you come back to Ishgard. When last you saw Master Garland, he was advertising for KFC chicken. He was advising the Ishgardians on their ailing airship, correct? In that case, he might still be at Camp Cloudtop. Failing that, we should try the airship landing, or mayhap even the Skysteel manufactory. But let us not waste time searching aimlessly. Someone in the city is sure to know where to find him. The question is, who? Sir Aymeric would seem the obvious choice, but there is no guarantee he will be able to grant us an audience on such short notice. He's so busy all the time. Oh, I have it. Count Edmond's youngest son prides himself on knowing all of the Holy See's juiciest rumors. Let us return to the manor and see if Lord of Manalin's about. Every warrior of light groans at that. They're like, oh god, we gotta go talk to that guy again. Where? Oh my gosh. Last vigil. Is he gonna say, welcome? Welcome, Mistress Ovasch. Shall I show you inside the manor? That is my only line. I will speak nothing else. There he is. Ah, the hero returns. How goes the fight, old girl? Don't call me old girl. It's already fucking awkward when you call me old boy when I'm, you know, male warrior light, but old girls just sounds so weird. Well, I trust. In search of a Sid Garland, you say? Then say no more. We talk about him all the time. Do you know that he has a thing with near... Oh, you already know about that. Okay. The taverns are full of talk, but the name of said silver-haired genius has cropped up more often than most. A lot of people are hot for him. Did you know that? I hear he's been tasked with getting that monstrous airship the Holy See commissioned to actually fly. 'Twould seem that the project had been plagued with mishaps from the first. They installed a duck in there, did you know that? In any case, Garland Ironworks employees are known to frequent the airship landing, and I'll wager their master does too. The airship landing? Yes, I thought as much. I did say that, didn't I? Come, Yorva. We must find Sid and trouble him for his expert opinion. Manlin's like, okay. My job here is done. Oh. My cat has entered the room. He's contemplating if he wants on the bed. The answer is, of course he wants to be on the bed. But he has to contemplate it. He's like, do I want to be on the bed? Hey, Sid. Yorva! Alfino! How fare you both? Not terribly well, judging by your faces. Not terribly well, knowing how everything in your lives go. Greetings, Master Garland. I'm not going to call you Sid just yet. I am sure it will come as a little surprise when I tell you we are in need of a favor. He's like, let me guess, it's in the death arena? It's certain death o'clock? Another wind barrier? Come on, do we have to do this again? And you say it was conjured by Nidhogg? He's like, why do you guys keep tormenting me with these nefarious characters? The Enterprise could certainly take you where you need to go, but she would not fare well against dragons. She's agile for a ship her size, but not that agile. And he's like, I also don't want to sacrifice that ship to dragons. The Dravanians would fly rings around her. And if they took it into their heads to incinerate the rigging, there would be precious little we could do to avoid them. But there must be something we can do. Some manner of weapon we could employ. What about a pew-pew gun? Estinian stands vigil at the edge of the churning mist, but we do not know how much longer. Alright, I didn't say it was impossible. I said it was impossible for the Enterprise. We need a smaller boat, not a bigger boat. Biggs, Wedge, it's time we gave that new toy of yours a proper flight test, or field test, and a flight test. Both. Why not? It's probably best if I let the lads show you. Come on, the manufacturer's not far. Is this also the part where you have to go back and do Sultana things or something? Or am I, like, mixing up? I'm just trying to think, like, oh, I was so, so confident that we were going to do the Aerie, and then I was like, oh yeah, they make you go on this kind of, like, loop-de-loop. As Yazael is still, like, heartbroken in Zenith or something like that, like, we're like, oh yeah, we left Justinian over by the Aerie, and it's like, what about Yazael? And they're like, oh yeah, God, you know, Yazael, she'll be fine. The Ishgardians have granted us the use of a small corner of their workshop. I think that's generous, because their workshop is already small. All part of the agreement. I think you'll see we've made the most of the space. I think you guys did. Our little project's just inside. Oh, you're gonna like this one. Yorva's like, is there pew-pew guns, though?
Feast your eyes upon our latest and greatest feat of engineering. We call it a mana cutter.
After you put down Gaius, Wedge and me struck out on our own for a bit, and started work on the successor to the tiny Bronco.
Impressive little thing, isn't she? My talent for ship design has plainly rubbed off on them. They've adapted the principles of corrupted crystal technology and constructed a mechanism which converts ether from its surroundings into elemental wind. Said wind is then harnessed by the specially engineered sails, providing the craft with propulsion and lift. All in all, a most elegant solution.
Yeah, I think Yorva understood none of that.
I'm actually a little upset that I didn't think of it myself.
The design does, however, come with one small flaw.
It explodes on impact.
The energy conversion ratio's bloody awful. To generate enough power to get you off the ground, you need to be in an area awash with predominantly wind-aspected ether.
In other words, there are a few places you can fly, lots of places you can't.
Except we're gonna retcon that.
The new Ishgardian airship hasn't left the boys much time for tinkering. meaning it may be a while before this particular project takes off. If you'll forgive the pun.
Ishkar's on fire!
Tataru, what's happened?
Actually, I'm lying. It's another place that's on fire.
I've been looking all over for you. There's been word from Ulda. It's about Her Grace the Sultana.
Okay, I was right. Alright, we're not going to the area anytime soon, guys. We gotta do this shit.
It seems you're required elsewhere. Leave the Mana Cutter with us. We'll see that she's airworthy and suitably equipped to slice through those winds.
Meanwhile, Nidhogg is just, like, gathering power.
You, meanwhile, should concentrate on providing Raoban and the Sultana whatever help they need.
Like, I really can't think of a better way to interweave these storylines, you know? But holy shit, is it just kind of like, I guess, we're gonna just forget about Nidhogg for a while, you know? Just, I guess there's nothing we can do. General Raoban says that they have uncovered the Sultana's whereabouts. Turns out she was just in the city. And he wants you, by which I mean both of you, to go to the Waking Sands that looks like a spirit Halloween store right now, and help with the investigation. Come, Yorva, pressing the wish cards play. He's like, even though it kind of feels a little bit urgent that we need to take care of Nidhogg, our presence here will not serve to hasten the Mana Cutter's completion. Let us return to the troubled lands of Thanalan. Wow, that rhymed. And lend what aid we may. Even he's like, I know, but we're just gonna be sitting here twiddling our thumbs anyways, so might as well have plot. Tataru, have our friends at the congregation send a message to Estinian. Tell him we have identified a solution to our problem, but that it will take some time to prepare, and he's gonna get hungry, so send him back home. He needs a lunch. There was so much to unpack in that sentence. Yeah. As you wish, Master Alfino. To the Waking Sands, Warrior of Light. 'Tis past time Ulda was delivered from darkness. Okay. We're finally gonna wrap up a Realm Reborn, can you believe it? I still have my Vesper Bay Aetheryte tickets to the Spirit Halloween store. Like, I need a mod, like, so badly, where just hang one of those little orange banners, like, right here. That's the best use of, like, Urianger's magic abilities. He's like, I hath made the Waking Sands look like a Spirit Halloween store. My magics are powerful.
Thank you for coming.
Raoban!
No thanks are
They
necessary,
hosed you down!
I trust your recuperation continues apace.
He's like, yes, it was a really good washing
I
down.
cannot complain. Thanks to Higiri and her ministrations, I've regained much of the strength I lost during my imprisonment.
Just gave me some pudding.
I gather you have made progress in the search for Her Grace.
Yeah, she's like just down the street.
Aye, some good fortune at last. A few days past, Dulala informed us that a sizable shipment of alchemical supplies had been delivered to the palace.
She's like, alchemy? I don't know what that means.
With Papa Shan's assistance, I set out to ascertain the source and nature of the shipment. My inquiries led me to Frondale's frontistery. There, I learned that an order had been placed for a curious substance designed to sustain patients trapped in death-like slumber. An invention of the former head alchemist, apparently.
A death-like slumber? This cannot be a coincidence.
It lends some weight to Dulalla's
What if it
claims,
was?
Her Grace is likely somewhere within the palace, abed but alive.
Before making any attempt to extricate the Sultana, however, it seemed prudent to learn what manner of substance was used to induce her torpor. To that end, I made inquiries as to the whereabouts of the one most like to have administered it. The lady in waiting, Muriel.
Muriel.
We sent for you as soon as we learned of her location. All that remains is to apprehend the woman.
We shall find our cat's paw in the Silver Bazaar. But we must tread carefully. The market is not the bustling place it once was, and someone is sure to mark our coming. Should they inform the monetarists, we'll have a fight on our hands. We must be prepared for the worst, and being short an arm, I thought it wise to take another in its stead. What say you, Warrior of Light? Will you lend me yours?
Yorva's like, you're lucky I'm not a Lalafell.
That stands in our way. Come, my
Say
friends.
short like
for
that?
Nanamo, and for Ul'dah!
Oh, getting fiery now. Yorva's like, because you told me to. I mean, I feel like most Warrior of Lights are like that. Like, they're just like, I'm doing it because somebody said I should. And I just don't have any further questions. I need a moment. I need to set down my drink. Alright. Yorva's like, hold on, I'm trying to have a glass of water. Our target is Muriel, like I just said. The Sultana's former lady-in-waiting, a woman of Midlander heritage. I am told the two of you have met. Our sources indicate that she left the palace shortly after the incident and quietly rejoined the dwindling population of the Silver Bazaar. I suggest we begin by questioning the Marcus residents and confirm that Muriel is still hiding there. It would have been so hilarious if her name was like Muriel, and then I could make like so many Courage the Cowardly Dog jokes. You know what, why not make her Muriel? It's like, I can't believe that nice old lady. She's like, more mac and cheese. And it's like, how convenient she was just over here for like months on end. You're like, wow. Like, Urianger could have walked over here and just been like, hey, how's the Sultana doing? Like, it's the Silver Bazaar. Like, how hidden could she be? Like, she couldn't be in one of the only fucking buildings in the goddamn universe, right? Like, there's two... Okay, no, I'm gonna say... Now there's three. There's three buildings where she could possibly be in. They're like, I wonder where she could be. Like, her model has not rendered in, so we cannot find her. And what brings you to our lovely little hamlet? Hey, I helped you out, Kiki-Poo. Help me out. I believe the arrival of your entourage just about doubled our population. Looking for Muriel, you say? If you're hoping to lure her back to Ul'dah, you may as well give up now. The girl's done with city life. Oh, I guess judging by your, I did not help you. I was probably thinking of another account. Do I know of any returning residents? Gods, don't tell me they're starting to come back. My masters will not be pleased to hear of this. Well, this place is kind of a shithole. Do you want it to stay a shithole? Daniel! I remember him. Mariel, hi, she's here. Left the city for good, she says. Barely leaves her house, though. It's the one closest to the market entrance. There's only like 3 houses here, you know? Like, were we not allowed to enter the houses? I go in and out of these doors, like, all the fucking time, you know? Like, was I not supposed to do that? I already know where she's at. Feet.
You are Mariel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting?
No, I'm Muriel.
I know no one of that name. Pray excuse me. General Alden!
You're fucked now.
We will have the truth from you, girl.
Mayhap 'twould be better coming from me.
Ah, God, I hate this guy. Every time he talks.
Lonorito, you'd best talk fast.
As you know, Teleji Adeleji's Cartano reclamation bill was no more than a facade. A means to get his grubby little hands on that Allagan monstrosity Omega. When he learned of Nanamo's intention to abdicate, however, he was forced to amend his plans. Suddenly, assassination seemed the most promising way to further his ambitions. I am told Teleji had discovered a maid in whose veins ran the blood of House Thorn. A new, more pliable puppet to sit the throne. 'Twould have caused an uproar, of course, but few could have contested her claim. 'Twas plain that Teleji's wild machinations had outgrown our ability to control them. So I decided to usurp his scheme and left the fool to seal his own demise.
And what of Nanamo?
Oh, I have no desire to harm her grace. 'Twould profit me little to destabilize our government. Thus did I employ young Mariel here to administer a potent sleeping potion in place of a poison. You should know, General, that your dear friend Ilberd was fully aware of my plan. I had him lie about the assassination as a means to prime your rage against Teleji. We weren't entirely sure how you would react, but things went rather better than expected.
I love murder. God, this guy's such a fucking creep.
You conniving little worm. You had your claws in the Crystal Braves before their first recruit had sworn to serve!
But of course, when a new game begins, 'tis only prudent to have a piece on the board. Ilberd was mine.
Truth be told, a significant proportion of the Brave's initial endowment was also mine. With such large sums moving about, 'twas a rather trifling matter to disguise my own contribution. Ah, Ilberd. I secured his services with a promise to support his cause once my authority had been solidified. I swear, the man thinks of naught but prizing Alamigo from the grasp of the Empire.
Those silly Alamigos and wanting their homeland back.
Unlike you, General, the poor fellow seems quite unable to forsake the land of his forefathers. Mayhap that's why he called you a traitor to your people and a disgrace to your homeland, amongst other things. What was it he always compared you to? Oh, yes, an overgrown lapdog begging for scraps at the Sultana's table. Oh, how we laughed.
Like, was that necessary? Like, this guy is
Alas,
so
Ilberd's
shit.
entertaining little outbursts eventually gave way to wearisome tirades, and the zealous brute became rather unruly. I had no wish to see you executed, you understand, but he would not take no for an answer. Rest assured, his employment with me has long since ended. Which brings us neatly to the present. What say you, General? Both you and the Sultana are alive. We have one corpse and one fugitive, and preparations have been made to restore your good name. Shall we cry quits and start again with a blank ledger?
The hells we will! Do you honestly expect me to forgive and forget? After all you've done? You're guilty of high treason!
Like, honestly, yeah, he is.
Stay your blade, Master Alden. You yourself are not innocent. Or have you forgotten your own crime in executing Teleggi Adeleggi without trial?
And who manipulated him into
Though
doing
you
that?
acted out of loyalty to the Sultana, such deeds are in violation of both the word and spirit of the law.
See, this is also why I hate Dulala, because she's also just a bitch.
If you would, Lord Lolorito?
Because they all just manipulated everyone just so that they could stay rich and stay in power. And Dulala is still complicit in it. As much as she wants to play the good guy side, Dulala is still evil like the rest of
Sultana
them.
from her slumber. Consider it a gesture of conciliation.
Cool
You will
motive,
find
still
her
murder.
Grace resting comfortably within her private chambers. Should you doubt my word, I shall willingly accompany you to the palace as your hostage.
Yeah, exactly. Lolorito wanted to kill Teleggi Adeleggi, but he didn't want to dirty his own hands, so he let Raoban do it instead. And then Dulala comes up like, you're the one who killed him, and it's like, uh-huh, yeah. And whose fault was that, actually?
Not your motives, Lolorito. But you saved the Sultana's life, and for that, you have my gratitude.
He deserves less, honestly, but... So this is why it's so enraging about the Syndicate. It's like, you can't do shit against them. They hold all the power. And they're, like Dulala just fucking put down. Like, they're allowed to do whatever the fuck they want.
Raoban Aldin, you are hereby reinstated as General of the Immortal Flames. The citizens of Ul'dah shall once more be united under Nanamo Ul'Namo, and together we shall usher in a new age of prosperity.
Yeah, and I bet 100% Dulala, if Raoban didn't serve any purposes, you wouldn't give a goddamn shit about him. So... yeah, I find Dulala to be a two-faced fucking snake. Like, at least Lord Lolorito, like, fully plays the part of a villain because he knows he is one. He just doesn't give a shit that he's a villain. Dulala over there, like, I'm neutral. You side with the oppressors, Dulala. You're not neutral. You're evil just like the rest of them. But yeah, Warrior of Light sitting there like, yeah, they all are except Copper. Well, and Raubon, he's also on the Syndicate, but the Syndicate just, in the moves that they played during A Realm Reborn and right now, they have sent a subtle message to Raubon that he is an overgrown lapdog. You know, Lord Lodorito, of course, didn't say that, but he had to, of course, bring that up. So, the Syndicate's playing dirty, nasty mind games with him, being like, remember that we're always in charge, because we're the real billionaires who grub for power at the expense of other people's lives. But yeah, they're like the truest villains of this game, because you can't do shit against them, because to murder them would just sow chaos, and to not murder them just puts everybody back at the status quo, where the rich only get richer, the poor are only exploited, and Ul'dah is constantly in this cycle of corruption that just won't be cured. Yeah, he was seconds for being a... Yeah, his seat at the table is in name of alone. Like, the Syndicate does not respect Raubon. At least as far as his money. Because he, as I recall, won everything in a gladiator... Like a big giant gladiator contest that had a lot of wealth. And he threw all of his wealth to join the Syndicate. They don't consider him to have real wealth. But yeah. And then, you know, Lolorito over there going, ha ha ha, Ilberd and his plight to fight for Alamigo. Like, that was, as much as Ilberd's not a good person at all, for Lord Lolorito to be like, yeah, sure, I'll help you get back, you know, Alamigo, with, like, no intention of, like, ever making do on that like, he dehumanizes Ilberd and is, like, laughing at the plight of Alamegans, like, oh, those silly people in their homeland, they just won't give up, will they? And it's like, Lolorito, I want you exiled out of Ul'dah and see how much you feel about it. Like, I guess you just better go join the Gridanians, or, you know, get kicked out of the forest because the elementals probably wouldn't want your ass in there. I want you to, you know, wander around the waste with no homeland and see how much you are laughing about it later. But, yeah. Except shit like this still happens regardless of whether or not he sits at the table. Yeah, that's the horrible part. And it's like, Ul'dah is really well written because it's very realistic in the sense of, like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because even if, like, okay, let's just say we just go in and slaughter all the Syndicate. Oh, not Godbert. Well, he's cool. But, like, okay, the power vacuum would just be filled by even shittier people, you know? So... Alfino, by the 12, I feared Lord Lolorito's arrival would herald another bloodbath. Yorva's like, I almost wish it did. Little did I expect that he of all people would gift us the means to rouse the Sultana. Yeah, again, he only did that because it still furthers his own means. If the Sultana truly didn't serve any purpose anymore, I mean, he even admits it, he just needs the Sultana, you know, for his own bidding. Shall we make our way to Ul'dah? I should imagine Bartholomew has been instructed to admit us. Yeah, that might be slightly spoilers, but the fact that Lord Lolorito, like, faces zero consequences for this... Like, I really hate that mostly his fate is kind of sequestered in a side quest all the way into, like, what, Stormblood or something? And, like, the conclusion is like, everybody just shrugs and just being like, nobody can defeat this status quo. Even Nanamo just shrugs and is like, we still need him. Like, the best we can do is keep him under our thumb. And that's all we can do with this guy. But it's like, he gets no justice, honestly. He just gets to keep on going and being a dickhole. I think the only thing that we can feel better about is that Nanamo keeps an eye on him thoroughly. But yeah, no punishment. But I mean, just like in real life, it's like if you hold too much power and too much money, yeah, they're not going to suffer consequences. That is just how the world works. God. And for a game where I can live out my fantasies of vanquishing evil people, that is just... Lord Lolorito is one of those examples of, like, this is an evil you can't vanish, from the world. It's like, damn, if only he were a primal, like, I guess we could kill him, but no. It's just, it's a little real-world dosage right here. You can vanquish primals, but you can't vanquish billionaires. Flame General Raoban mentioned you might be coming. I mean, who else comes here? I also like that these guys are, like, nearly identical twins. Like, they got a little bit different hair. But... please, this way if you will. Okay. What if you could turn him into a primal and then kill him? If only. He just dunks it on her head. Just... He's like, back in the day, that nightgown was worth millions of gil. She's just wearing it, and I dumped potion all over it. She's like, damn, I'm hungry. Why?
I was having the longest dream.
Where I was eating cheeseburger after cheeseburger.
'Tis time to wake up, Your Grace. Another day begins in Thanalan, and the sun blazes bright upon the sands.
She's like, Raoban, why is your arm covered? Did you injure your arm, Raoban? Your face is looking bruised. That wasn't the same. And now we're all just gonna sit at the table and pretend that we're friends.
Her Grace is awoken. The palace physician assures me she's none the worse for her slumber.
You're like, haha, I still hate you too, by the way.
I believe Her Grace will soon resume her plans to place the government of Uldar into the hands of its citizens. Whatever path she chooses to take, I shall walk it with her. And we shall tread slowly, lest the nation be unsettled in our wake.
You got what you wanted, you shit.
Her Grace's compassion is a shining beacon to us all. But what our city truly thrives upon is competition. 'Tis in the struggle against our rivals that opportunities are seized and fortunes made. And with the Empire on the offensive once more, now would hardly seem the time to turn our system of government upon its head.
Are you privy to new intelligence, my lord?
I would hardly call it new. Remind me, what was the name of that enormous Imperial warship which met its end in Mordona? Oh, wait, I have it. The Agrius. Yes, well, 'twould appear that the Garleans have been hard at work on another such vessel.
The Garleans. I'm gonna mock
How
him.
close are they to completing this ship? Is it operational?
Its maiden flight was a success, I hear. I should imagine Emperor Varys is eager to see how it performs in battle. My lords and ladies, I move that it is time to repair the damage caused by Telegi Adelegi and prepare our great nation to repel the Empire once more.
Like, I get it. Having Ul'dah in such an upset is not great. However, I hate that
Tis well that the Sultana has awoken.
or Lord
The
Lolorito.
Syndicate yet needs to put its house in order, but 'twould seem the worst of the confusion has passed.
It's like, I hate that he profits off of it. It's shit.
Ul'dah has taken control of its future, and I must do the same.
Way to make it about you, Alfino. No, I'm glad he's taking inspiration. He finally got his miracle outfit inspiration.
I have decided to disband the Crystal Braves.
I thought we already did that.
Among the recruits, there were those who supported our order's goals and convictions with all sincerity. 'Tis my hope that these loyal men and women will choose to remain our allies in the battles to come. As for those who sided with the traitor, Ilberd, they shall be hunted down and held to account for their crimes. It is my earnest hope that they will surrender themselves peaceably when the time comes, though I think it unlikely.
I think we're gonna have to kill this man, Alfino.
Ah, my all-conquering Crystal Braves. The model army meant to pave the way for a single unified Grand Company of Eorzea. That so high an ideal should be brought so low.
Again, another very realistic take on, like, well,
I need not
what did you
tell
think,
how deeply the
Alfino?
betrayal stung me. Yet I see now that it was mine own naivety and pride which allowed the Braves to fall prey to corruption.
I mean, to be fair, no adult told you to stop, so it's kind of our fault.
As ever, it is to your own shining example that I turn for inspiration. Like you, I mean to stand firm in the face of hardship, and give mine all for the cause.
He did get inspiration for a miracle outfit.
Let us resume the search for our missing comrades, that we might come together to shine the light of dawn across the realm once more. The role of Crystal Brave Commander suited me ill, and I shall play it no longer. Henceforth, I shall be no more or less than Alfino, proud member of the Scions.
Yorva's like, I was already, like, doing that for, like, months, so I guess, oops, I just, I was ahead of the curve. I blush to speak thus of mine inner turmoil, that's why I said so much about it. But the fact remains, there is no woman alive in whom I would rather confide. Were it not for your shining example, I might not have ever found this miracle outfit. It emerged from beneath the pall of my despair. Would you like some money? Yeah, I always feel bad for Alfino because he's like, oh, it's all my fault, and it's like, to be fair, there were a lot of adults, Alfino. Like, a lot of people who were in their mid-20s to almost 30s that should have been like, hey, should we let the 16-year-old do this? Is anybody gonna, like, step in here? Like, Minfilia, Minfilia was kind of fed up with Alphino, but, like, the rest of them were like, he'll be fine. Let's have a 16-year-old command an army. And even the Warrior of Light, like, I always kind of headcanon, Warrior of Light has to be somewhere in their 20s. You can have a teenaged Warrior of Light if you want, but typically this game is dark enough that I'm like, I feel like Warrior of Light's gotta be somewhere in the age bracket of most of the other Scions, you know? So, like, headcanon what you want, but I'm like, the Warrior of Light is over there just enabling the ever-living hell out of Alphino, and at no point did we ever go, hey, Alphino, like, do you think you have the emotional maturity for this? No, the Warrior of Light's like, he's got it, he's fine. I am glad that Alphino takes accountability, though. That shows maturity. Like, he may have had a lot of immature moments in A Realm Reborn, but nothing... I mean, I cannot think of a single 16-year-old that could have that level of maturity. You know? He beats himself up. Like, I would say the nicer end of it is a teen just... I don't know... feeling really, really bad and, like, admitting their mistake, but I remember being a teen, you stay at the stage where you just feel bad, you know, if you make a mistake, like, on the level that Alphino did. Being a teenager, you make a mistake like that, you're like, I'm just going to say that I'm an awful person, and just leave it at that, and it's like, no, you can still evolve from it. You're not an awful person, just sometimes you do awful things. And then on the worst end of it are teenagers that would just be like, it's not my problem, whatever. Again, more of an avoidance thing, probably because they still feel so bad. So, yeah. But the fact that he could be like, oh, you know, I'm gonna take responsibility for this. Like, I admit, I fucked up. I'm gonna do something about it. I don't even know if I could have done that when I was 16. I think I would have run away, changed my name, cried for 5 years, gotten therapy, and then came back to all of this mess when I was 30 years old. You know, like, that's what would have happened if I was 16 and I did something. Alright, we're just standing here. Still no word from Master Garland. I hope this mana cutter of theirs is nearing completion. We've done a whole entire plot line. I am assured that her grace will make a full recovery. She's still asking about the arm, though. Should we tell her? I don't... Is it okay if I tell her? Like, why isn't anybody telling her? Aye, and Alphino's like ignoring that. And Ul'dah too shall flourish once more. General Raubon and his colleagues have matters well in hand, I believe. He's just like, let Raubon do that part. I don't want to do it. Lady Yugiri, a question if I may. I believe your people have been keeping a close watch on the Crystal Braves, but you know how things stand at the Rising Stones. Every time we go back there, there's always people dressed in blue, making vaguely threatening, you know, statements at us, but they don't ever even do anything. Ah, yes, of course. You will be pleased to know that the 3rd Unit Braves abandoned Revenant's Toll when they learned of Captain Ilberd's defeat. The only blue uniforms to be seen there now are those worn by soldiers loyal to you, Master Alphino. To me? I see. I'm grateful to hear that at least some of our members were true to their oaths. Ere we return to Ishgard, I must go to the Rising Stone and thank these stalwarts for their service. It shall be my final act as Crystal Brave Commander. Will you join me, Yorva? You were there at the company's inception. 'Tis only fitting that you be present at its end. And I would appreciate the support. Like, yeah, still, like... Even for a 16-year-old that has a college degree, it's like... Wow. Even Warrior of Light over there is like... Are you sure you don't want to just change your name and just live in Ishgard for the rest of your life? I think I would rather do that than accept anything that's going on right now. Oh, so you were always nice. So every once in a while I return back here when there's this part. There's always Crystal Braves around that are like, wait, is this guy still gonna give me a vaguely threatening... We rejoice at your return, O esteemed and merciful warrior of light. Please have mercy on me. Yeah, this person was making threats at me before, but wasn't ever going... Obviously was a fucking coward. But, some of these I always try to figure out, like, okay, who's, like, on our side and who's, like, just... I really want this guy to be, like... This one's my favorite. This was kind of a standing joke. I think, like, more and more people started to stand here, and then, like, when the Crystal Braves move in, you get, like, an extra guy that's just doing this. But, like, this is my favorite part of Mordona, is the people who are just always looking for something. She can't even see over the wall. Like... The Lalafeld's got the, like, a good idea. He's just standing there. Yorva's like, are we going to take the person that's pissing their pants outside? Because I actually want them to stay. Like... My favorite people. Especially you, Real. I miss you, Real. Commander, you're alive. Actually, Elaine is my favorite, let's be honest. We've known her since, like, very early Rome Reborn. And Yorva, too. I knew you'd scrape through. I'm a pirate. Arr. My splendid Crystal Braves, I have wronged you. All of you. Especially you, Elaine. My promises of glory and salvation have brought you naught but blood and betrayal. Ah, you'll not hear us complaining. By the way, we were adults and you were a child, so, like, you know. 'Twas a sight messier than I expected, but we was fighting for the freedom of all, just like we swore. Ain't that right, mates? Everybody's there like, we were adults. We should have done something. Aye. You humble me. I am truly blessed to have such steadfast comrades. It is with the most profound regret, then, that I must... That's enough of that, Commander. We know what you've a mind to say, and we ain't having none of it. We've talked it over, see, and we all agreed. You can take our uniforms and strip us of our ranks and even have us perform a little strip show, if you know what I mean. But we won't be no less of a company. Also, Commander, you can't go to the strip show because you're underage. It's the Crystal Braves strip show, but their commander can't go to it. But the Crystal Braves... Crystal Braves may be finished, but the ideals upon which the company was founded live on. They bind us to each other, and to you. Commander. Alfino. Our minds are made up, so you may as well get used to it. We also like the free food that we've been getting here, so, like, yeah. Flubbean makes a really good dodo roast. Let us help the Scions, and also let us help ourselves to some dodo. Let us help you find Minfilia and the others. I'm sure they're all fine. I couldn't get that out without laughing. Alfino's like, why did you all laugh like that? I'm sure Minfilia's fine. My friends, after all that's happened, I know not what to say. Clenching my fist. Ah, there's the 16-year-old I know, crying. That is exactly what 16-year-olds do, is cry. Actually, is Flamine here yet? Oh man, they did ransack the place. Man, they stole all our booze and they played cards. Oh, I'm gonna get them. Actually, I don't know, was that just Riol and the others are like, yeah, we had a rowdy night here when Flamine's not around. Yeah, I think she went into hiding, like, immediately, because that's just what she does. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna go. Oh, it's not an important text message. The family chat just started texting, and I'm like, what is it? It's probably dog videos. Pray excuse me. I had thought my tears spent. He did the teenager thing where he's like, I went to my room and cried for hours. My grandfather used to say that one could measure a man by the constancy of his comrades. Mayhap I am the exception, which proves the rule. Nay, do not protest. I know that I am not worthy of their loyalty, Yorva. That's spoken like a true teenager, for sure. Like, but as Thalyak is my witness, I shall do everything in my power to earn it. I must speak of future plans with the remaining Braves. Any information we uncover on the missing Scions will need to be shared with our allies across the realm. Specifically Urianger, because we keep forgetting about him. I swear, he appeared in that cutscene, but we only saw, like, his ankles or, like, his hands. Like, he was there. He didn't say anything. Anyways, specifically Urianger and the Waking Sands and Tataru and Ishgard. While we are organizing our various channels of communication, I would ask that you call upon Master Garland at the manufactory. I will join you in Ishgard as soon as I am able. Please tell Master Garland to hurry it the fuck up. Oh man, I laughed too hard. Oh. I almost talked to Stefanovan and became a machinist. Since like, oh hey, we're done. Hold on, I need a gun. Alright. Yorva, how in the seven hells do you do it? I was just about to send for you. You didn't do anything extremely plot related, did you? We have but this moment completed the Mana Cutter's first successful test flight. A few minor adjustments and she'll be ready to go. While we see to the finishing touches, you might want to pay a visit to Fortom Manor. A dragoon by the name of Vestinian was looking for you. Did you guys not send him the missive? Did the pigeon die on the way? He came back, he's like, I have been waiting for days. I need my lunch now. Oh yeah, the man's struggling. I love this guy. Forever, and this guy's just panicking, but there's nothing we can do for him. His fate is to die. I like that Estine just goes to, like, Hautrefont's house and is like, this is taking too long. Well met. Well met. Oh, it's welcome, sorry. Welcome and well met. This song isn't relevant yet. Alright. You have fulfilled your obligations to the Uldalans. Then he's like, I did hear about that. Like, don't know what the fuck that's about, but is it done? Mistress Tataru has been keeping me apprised of the situation. Once I learned that these mana cutters were not scissors, and I did not understand that lesbian meaning. The mana cutters of Master Garland were nearing completion. I saw no reason to tarry in the mist. He's like, I was very fucking hungry, guys. For the present, Nidhogg seems content to remain in the Eyrie, plotting his revenge. He ordered Taco Bell. I saw that DoorDash dragon go up there. Might not this be an apt moment to unfold our plans to Sir Aymeric? I thought we were not going to tell him much so that he wasn't complicit in any illegal activities that we were about to do. I think we've kept him in the dark long enough. He's like, yeah, but he still needs an explanation, so... Like, it's good. I guess the worst of it, like, consorting with a known leader of heretics, like, that's done and over with now, so... Aymeric won't be linked back to heresy. That's Justinian's very subtle way of showing how much he cares. Because he's like... He acts very pragmatic about it, but you know that he's like, no, this would destroy Aymeric's career. Like, we can't let him know.
All stands ready, Lord Commander.
Ah, the moment has come then.
I'm
Pray
here too.
Excuse my lateness. I paid a brief visit to the workshop to inquire about the mana cutters. The engineers assure me that they're ready.
The area is now but a short flight away. Yet what a long and winding path we took to reach this point.
It's like, if only we did sooner.
Proposal, we never would have attempted to parley with the dragons. Though our negotiations yielded little, our expedition with Lady Isar taught us much.
Things like, we are the bitches though, like, for real, we are shit.
You took an unimaginable risk. I could scarce believe the tale Estinian told.
Yeah, that's why we didn't tell you.
Aye. 'Tis true that many of our countrymen would sooner die than join hands with the heretic's mistress. But 'twas through that most unlikely of alliances that we came to speak with Hraesvelgr.
A conversation that went rather poorly, as I recall.
In this instance, the journey was more important than the destination. Had we not slain Nidhogg's consort, Tiaman, and put the Great Worm on his guard, the Dravanians would have arrived at Ishgard's walls long ago.
Especially since these chuckle fucks took like an entire episode to help Ul'dah.
Full grateful am I for every hour of respite your actions have afforded us. Thanks to you, our defenses are much improved. 'Tis but a pity they won't be enough.
'Tis but a pity we will all die.
Thus you believe an assault upon the area represents the city's best chance of survival. Is that not so, Estinian?
Let me pull this out of my
I am
butt
under
pocket.
no illusions. Nidhogg's might is legendary. But with his eye in my possession, I can stifle his strength at the source. Victory will be hard won, even so. And I shall be glad indeed to have the Warrior of Light at my side.
She's slaying a lot of primals, that's kind of cool.
You shall have my blade as well. There are more of these mana cutters to be had, yes?
Aymeric, yes. Aymeric, no.
Lord Commander, no.
How can I, a proud knight of Ishgard, stand by and do naught while an outsider risks life and limb for our homeland? I swore an oath to protect this city.
Aymric's like, I want to do a dungeon. It's not fair that a Stadion gets to do two.
Pray leave the slaying of dragons to dragoons, Sir Knight. Your duty to command the city's defense is no less vital.
He's like, you'll do the dungeon later.
And Nidhogg slip through our grasp. Who then will hold the walls against him? Will you leave Ishgard in the hands of the Holy Sea's zealots?
Remember how shit the Pope is?
There are others.
Who but you has the authority and the standing to orchestrate a city-wide defense? I do not, and neither does the Warrior of Light. That is why it is our place to fight, and yours to remain here, Lord Commander. What? You too, Master Alphino? By the Fury! You have shown some promise, but this adversary is far beyond your skills.
He's like, you're 16, shut up and sit down. Just have a popsicle. He just crosses his
Your
arms.
candor is appreciated, Sir Dragoon. I shall remain then and cheer you from afar.
He sounds so sad. He's like, I'll go write in my diary about this.
Friend, it would seem I have discouraged the last of the volunteers, and claimed the task as ours alone. But if any alive can best this worm, 'tis surely we too.
Yorva's like, I agree in leaving the baby at home, but we need 2 more people to do the dungeon. In an alternate universe, we're like, okay, Aymric's the tank, and Alphino is our healer, so, you know. I have pricked Master Alphino's pride, I fear, but had I been less forceful, the boy would have insisted on accompanying us to the Eyrie. Do not think me blind to his talent. With a few more campaigns under his belt, I have no doubt that Alphino will make a fine field commander. It is not yet Shadowbringers. But one does not practice on an adversary such as Nidhogg. We shall be hard-pressed enough without the added worry of carrying a novice. We can't carry this sprout through this dungeon. And he's like, and I can't risk the Lord Commander because he's too important to Ishgard and too important to my romantic interests. We have tarried long enough. Let us call upon Master Garland and take possession of the Mana Cutters. Let's see. I don't want to rush through the Eyrie. You know, as I recall, I think we left Lark's and I's playthrough around this same thing, so this seems to be how it is, just paced. I don't want to go too far over 9 o'clock because, you know, we all need to get to bed. So I might end it exactly where I believe we've ended it on the other stream. The moment is at hand. He sounds so eager with the way I said it. The moment is at hand. Yeah. The moment is at hand, Warrior of Light. He acts like the Warrior of Light is like, oh yes, I can't wait to beat up Nidhogg. I mean, maybe that's the kind of Warrior of Light. I don't know. Yorva's like, it would be cool to test my katana on a dragon, but I have been doing that on other dragons. Yorva, old friend, these cutters are ready when you are. Which will probably be next session. The fighter adjustments cost us a few sleepless nights, but we got there in the end. Which means you can get where you need to go. Why does that sentence sound so weird to me? Which means you can get where you need to go. I tell you, these little beauties will tear through that wind barrier like a serpent drill through cottage cheese. Okay. And that, my friends, is a Garland Ironworks guarantee. The cottage cheese part, or anything else? Do you put that guarantee? This will drill through anything like serpent drill through cottage cheese. Do you guys often put cottage cheese in your guarantees? You have our thanks. Come, warrior of light. The dread worm awaits. Yorva's like, mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Meanwhile, the Airy. I think that will be something exciting to start off on Thursday. So yeah, I'll come back to this and just end it just shy of 20 minutes. Yeah, this will be good. I'm gonna end it right here because I don't want to rush through the area, and there's still gonna be more cutscenes after that. It's all gonna be very important. So let's just take a break here and do that on the next stream. Alright? Thank you very much for tuning in. Appreciate you all. Have a good night.